Question number 1. Do I want to be like this person? It's a known fact that when you're dating with someone, eventually you begin to rub off on each other. Whoever that person is will rub off on you, and whoever you are, you'll begin to rub off on them. So the question that you have to ask yourself when you're dating is, do I want to be like this person? Does this person bring out the best in me? Do they have qualities and characteristics that I would like to see in myself? Would I like to have children like this person? Those are very serious questions that you need to ask when you're dating someone. Number 2, am I attracted to this person? And do I realize that attraction runs deeper than looks? Now, I know, ladies and gentlemen, that it is the looks initially, especially for us men, that will capture us and pull us in. When I saw her, it was a wrap. But you have to remember that those looks won't last forever. Eventually, I'm going to start to go a little bald. I'm going to start to get a little wrinkle. That 19-year-old body is not going to look the same as it did when I'm 45. So you have to understand that you have to have a deeper foundation than that person's looks, than how they look. You have to fall in love with their characteristics, not his or her charisma.
And ladies, your boobs don't perk up like they used to. They begin to sag. You get that little stomach area. So you have to look deeper than the looks.
Absolutely.
You have to see the characteristics.
Absolutely.
The personality, who that person is.
Would you like to go into number 3?
Number 3. The third thing that you should ask is, have I let intimacy blind me?
That's a big one.
Now, when you allow intimacy to step into a relationship, it becomes a liar. Sex is a liar. Because when you allow intimacy to come in, you no longer see clearly. What you see is very foggy. Right. The only thing you can think of is, ooh, he smells so good. Ooh, he feels so good.
She feels so good.
He looks so good. So you cannot judge the character correctly because now you've allowed that intimacy to come in.
Yes.
Now I've heard people say, well, I need to test drive the material before I marry him or her.
I hear that.
I need to see what they're working with. Now, let me say this. A lot of times in relationships, and I have friends that have more than one baby daddy, you tested that instrument, but it still didn't work out, right?
That's right.
Another thing is, when you pray to God and you ask God for the right man or the right woman, don't you think that he knows exactly what your desires are? What it is that you need between your legs? So he already knows what you need. God is not a mean God, so he's going to give you the correct person that you need. And he's going to fulfill.
Make you compatible.
Right, he's going to fulfill all those desires. He knows what it is that you need.
Amen.
So whatever it is that you need, you be honest with God and you ask him.
That's right.
But don't allow that intimacy to step in. And the Bible is really clear about sex before marriage. And I truly believe that it's in there and it's clearly stated because when you begin to have sex, you don't see things clearly.
That's right.
So I think that's why God asks us and tell us to close our legs until we're married.
Absolutely. Because you have to remember that you're not going to spend all your time in the bed. You have to live with this person. You have to grow with this person.
Right.
You have to strive. You have to work. You have to toil with this person. So you spend a whole lot less time in the bed when you're married than you actually think you do. You have to live each and every day. And that part of the relationship becomes stronger after you've worked through all those other things.
And then when you allow sex to come in, you don't build the foundation that's needed to sustain a successful relationship.
That's right.
A successful relationship is built on more than just sex.
And I think we ought to know because we got 26 years in the game.
Exactly. Number 4, do our core values and beliefs compel or repel each other? Now, we were all born with a purpose and a plan.
That's right.
So, am I living to fulfill that purpose and that plan? Is being with you allowing me to fulfill that? Or is it keeping me away from that? And these are questions that you need to ask. Absolutely. Because if it's drawing you away from your purpose, or you're not being who God has created you to be, or now you're being somebody else that you're not, then you may need to reevaluate that relationship.
Definitely. Definitely. And that draws us into the next question. Do I like who I am when I'm with him or with her. It's very common for people to change their behavior or their attitude when they're around a certain person. You know how you are when you're with your friends, fellas. You have friends that do certain things out there that you don't do with these friends. So you act one way when you're with them, you act a different way when you're with them, and then you act another way on Sunday morning between 11 and 1. And what you have to look at is the person that you're with every day. Do you like the person that you are with them? Are you saying things? Are you thinking things? Are you going places? Are you doing things that you normally would not do except when you're in their company? If it's somebody, again, like Dr. A was saying, that's pulling you away from your core values, pulling you away from your purpose, and most importantly, pulling you away from your faith, that's definitely somebody that should not even be in your realm of influence. And you have to seriously check that person. Number one, check yourself to see if that's someone that you even want to be around on a daily basis.
If you have to change who you are to make that person like you or love you or fall in love with you, then that's not the right person
Not the
for
right
you.
one. That's right.
Because
That's right.
no matter how cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs you are or whatever it is, if he can't accept that, then that's not the right person for you.
That's
because
right.
what you'll find yourself doing is you become an actress and you really won't know who you are.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose yourself in a relationship.
Definitely. Definitely. Number 6, does this person challenge me to be a better person? Now that is a profound question that you have to ask yourself, because according to the word, it says that a man is to wash his wife with the water of the word. It means a man is to pull her up to her next level of greatness in God. So, and vice versa, that woman is a helpmeet. She's a companion. She's a comforter. She's a coverer. So she should be pulling you up to that next level. He should be pushing you up to that next level. If that person is not challenging you to be better tomorrow than you were the day before, then that might not be the person that you need to be with. And that's one of the things that I can always say about our relationship. Dr. A is hard. She's like Ike Turner, a slave driver, and a drill sergeant all rolled into one. But the one thing that I never had any doubt about is that she saw something on the inside of me. And our entire time, she's always been pushing me to go higher and to go further in what God has called and destined me to do. And that's the thing that you need to have in every relationship. You need to have that person that's going to push you, whether you feel like being pushed or not, that person that's going to call those great things out of you, whether you want to hear it or not. That's what real love is all about, because they want the best for you. They see the best in you, and they're going to continue to push you till you get the best out of you. Amen?
Amen.
All right.
And number 7, I always tell people, before I get to number 7, I always tell ladies that you have to do your research when you're dating.
Definitely.
You need to find out all there is about that person, because when you start dating someone, they send their representative. It's like they're on a job interview.
Dress them up,
and they're giving their best. They're putting their best foot forward.
That's right.
So you need to do your research and find out who this person really is.
Yes.
So number 7 is, have you watched this person communicate with his family? Do you know how his family communicates? And if you have...
And her family.
Yes, but I'm a female, so I'm saying
I got you, honey.
After have you watched the family communicate? And after you've watched that family communicate, are you okay with that person communicating with you in the same way that he communicates with his family?
Yes.
Because ladies, the way that he treats his mother is the same way he's going to treat you.
Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. And another thing, like she was saying, normally in those settings is when that person, male or female, will kind of let their guard down. That representative is not at the forefront, because when they're around their family members, when they're around some of their friends, then you kind of can get to see who that real person is. And you have to be watching. Dr. A says you got to be a private detective, a secret agent, all of those things, because you have to know who you're getting involved with.
And not only that, when you watch the family, you kind of get to know what their values are, their morals, their beliefs, because all of that eventually will have to come out. And your job while you're dating is to do your research so that you can make sure that that is the right person that you want in your life until the end, until death do us part.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Number 8.
Honey, you have number 8.
Oh. Number 8. How important is faith to me, and how important is faith to him?
Don't be unequally yoked.
Yeah, that's important.
That's right.
Ladies, don't let a guy tell you that, he know who Jesus Christ is. He reads the Bible daily, but you've never checked out his church home. Go visit where he attends church. Go speak to some of the members to see if they, they really know who he is, the pastor. to see if they really know who he is, because that will tell if he's a faithful member or if he's a Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day member.
That's seeing me, Christian.
Right. You want to know, I'm not saying that he or she has to be perfect,
Right.
but you want to make sure that you both believe in the same God. You have the same faith base. You don't want to be unequally yoked. You don't want to cause arguments, because that will start arguments later, in your relationship.
Absolutely. Well, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to listen to those first 8 of our 16 questions that you should ask when you're dating. If you like what you've heard here, subscribe to this channel and please share it with your friends. And look out for more awesome information from Rodney and Dr. ATV.